swag of a prize fighter. The antithesis of a firefighter. Arsonist, I'm a fire rider. Instant flame like a firelighter. So special with shows, I live out my flows. Can't walk in my shoes, can't purchase my clothes. Ice in my veins, but I never froze. Picture perfect, but I never pose. As a juvenile, I knew I bounced back. Got rated, had a plan to get my ounce back. Use cheese as bait, that's a mousetrap. Let me to the right person to pounce at. They selling dreams, I'm pulling receipts. Full force, we can't be beat. Got a dirty mouth, but the flow so neat. Keep your 2 cents, talk is cheap.
The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is comments Deontay Wilder made on 78 Sports. As you're aware, 78 Sports is a YouTube channel. He's also part of the LDBC, so we're not going to show clips from that interview, but we will show you some usurps from that video, which were collected from Michael Benson, who is a credible source. So we'll take a look at comments Deontay Wilder made, and then we'll discuss it in greater detail. All right. I think this is it. Let's take a look. All right, hold on. That's actually not the one I wanted right now. Hold up. All right. All right, so here's a tweet from Michael Benson. It says, Deontay Wilder has declared that he is now an open agent and taking full control of his career. He said, no bad blood. I'm still part of PBC. I'm just an open agent, open fighter. I want to fight on all types of platforms. I'm willing to work with anyone. That's what he told 78 Sports. All right. He also made other comments because I know G was worried because people were tagging G in numerous tweets and everything. So G was like, what is going on? What's going on with Wilder? So Wilder said that, and here's a comment from Wilder. Deontay Wilder has dismissed reports that there's been frustration between himself and Al Haymon's PBC. I have no problem with PBC. We're still thriving. We're still working together as far as I know of. Me and Al Haymon still communicate. Ain't no bad blood. That's what he said on 78 Sports. And plans for Wilder's future. As you know, there are reports that he's made an offer to Francis Ngannou, or they're in talks to fight in Africa. Here's what Deontay Wilder had to say about his future. Deontay Wilder has insisted that he definitely still plans to fight Andy Ruiz Jr. this year and is still trying to make that WBC final eliminator happen. He said he's currently exploring different avenues to host it, including an up-and-coming meeting in the Middle East. So that, again, is from his interview with 78 Sports, where Deontay Wilder was speaking with 78 Sports. So, G, I'm going to turn it over to you. After all the tweets and tagging and everything you were worried about, what's your reaction to Deontay Wilder's interview with 78 Sports?
I mean, I'll say this. You know, I don't really be on social media like that. But, you know, periodically I'll check on social media or whatever. Next thing you know, I'm getting all these notifications like, Boxing Bros, answer this, why is Wilder leaving, and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, what's going on? So I texted the group like, yo, is Deontay Wilder really leaving PBC? Because I ain't gonna lie, I was getting a little nervous. I was like, damn, man, what's gonna happen to, PBC and stuff? Because, I was like one of their biggest cash cows right there, so, but, after he
I see you, Trill. Fix your face, Trill.
Trill just hating, man. But it's true. He's one of their and PBC is like he's one of the biggest. They're one of their biggest names. Their acts. So I was just like, oh man, this.
G, call him the biggest name at PBC.
He might be. I mean, I'm trying to think. Like me, so just being 100, but
the biggest name in PBC boxing, baby. Go ahead, G. Go ahead, G.
No disrespect, it's just the truth. You know what I mean? But so I was a little nervous, but lo and behold, Wilder cleared it up. And there may be some behind the scenes financial issues. Wilder's like probably expecting some type of payment. PBC is probably a little behind on some things. Whatever, it happens. It is what it is. But I think with PBC, I think Wilder, Spence, taking them, I think they have equity in PBC. So it's like, it's more like they're business partners. So I kind of feel like the arrangement that they have with PBC is a lot different from, let's say, if like Wilder signed to Top Rank or DAZN or something. Like I think the way Al set it up, it's like, hey, you guys are like owners too. So, maybe Al's like, hey, you guys generated X amount of dollars, but you got to reinvest it somehow, a particular percentage back into the business, and I'll give you an allowance or what have you. And, maybe to new upcoming fighters, they like that arrangement. But a guy like Deontay Wilder, who's now a superstar, who probably has a lot of expenses, a lot of bills to pay, he's probably like, yo, bro, like, you're supposed to fork up more bread. Now, again, this is just conspiracy speculating. I don't know if this is true or not. But he's expecting more money, rightfully so, because he generates more money for PBC. But they're probably still cutting him the simple checks that he was getting when he was fighting, like, Areola or something. So, Wilder, I think he had a right to be upset about it, but I do like the fact that, Wilder still kept it professional. He didn't badmouth Al Heyman or the PBC, and the fact that he's like, hey, nah, I'm still working with him, So, and I think this is a good thing because as Wilder as a free agent, that means now politics doesn't get involved with a lot of the fights that we want to see. So, he said he still wants to fight Andy Ruiz. We want to see it, make it happen. Hopefully now, he could sign a 2-fight deal, DAZN, with AJ, make that happen. If he wants to fight Francis Ngannou, who is also a free agent who left the UFC, and I think that would be a huge fight. I think Wilder's clearly gonna win, but you never know. Francis Ngannou does punch hard.
So they're talking about a 2-fight deal, one in boxing and one in mixed martial arts.
Well, at least Wilder will win the boxing one. You know what I'm saying? So, but like that's good because these are huge paydays, and people want to see those type of fights. So, I think this is a great move for Wilder. Like, and I'm being honest, I'm not really a fan of Wilder versus Fury 4. Like I don't care about that, so. But I respect Wilder.
Wow, how come you don't care about that? Who you think would win that fight? Just out of curiosity.
No, it's no disrespect to my man Wilder, but we just know when somebody got you, they got you.
All right, I'm just checking.
I'm a realist. Like, listen,
just checking.
I rep my set, but when I know my set is done for, I just go.
All right, just one more question. Wilder versus Usyk.
Wilder versus Usyk. My money's on Wilder, to be honest.
All right, I'm sorry.
I don't know how Usyk will respond to a right hand from Wilder. So I keep the faith.
So Wilder lands it.
He ain't gonna land it.
So Wilder lands it.
He ain't gonna land it. He ain't gonna land it.
Just out of curiosity, if Wilder doesn't land it,
I'll say this: I wouldn't bet on that fight. You know what I'm saying? I'm rooting, but I'm not betting. You know what I'm saying? So, but nonetheless, this is great for Wilder. I better see Wilder versus Ruiz and Wilder versus AJ at the very least. Because now there's no excuses for Wilder. Like you can't say now, like, oh, negotiations, this, that, blah, 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 blah. Oh, you could try. But I feel like now there's no, like, there's zero to no excuses on Wilder's side, unless AJ and them are trying to lowball him. That's the only way. But I think now at this point, the pressure's on both gentlemen to make it happen. I think even AJ is going to have to just agree to Wilder's demand sooner or later, especially if Wilder beats Andy Ruiz. Now, it's true. If Wilder knocks out Andy Ruiz, you already know the world's going to be like, yo, make that fight happen. Wilder versus AJ right now. And all AJ has to do is just run through his
So Wilder's the A side then. So Wilder.
No, I never said Wilder's the A side. I never said that.
You said you think AJ's gonna have to give in to Wilder's demands. That's what you said.
Demand meaning the audience, the boxing community, everyone's gonna kind of like force AJ's hand into that Wilder fight because it's like what other options can AJ do outside of Fury? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's either Fury or Wilder for AJ next. You know what I'm saying? Like, why? Because he's already doing a tune-up with Franklin. So it's like, what's next? Unless he does, oh, I want to do another tune-up and fight White again, which nobody wants to see. You see what I'm saying? Like AJ versus
Joe
Dillian
Joyce
White
is out there.
like Fury
Joe Joyce is out there.
Nah, you're right. And he's not gonna take that fight. Don't play yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like Wilder won't take that fight, Fury, he said he'll take that fight, but I don't even believe Fury on that. You know what I'm saying? I think Fury's smart. Fury wants the easiest fights right now, and I think he thinks it's either AJ or Usyk. You know what I'm saying? Like, but he's not gonna take a chance with Joe Joyce because it's really all risk, no reward. You know, so it's not even worth it. There's certain guys it's just like, yeah, I don't need to even entertain you right now. And Joyce is for those three gentlemen, AJ, Wilder, and Fury, and even Usyk. Well, even if I was Usyk, I'll ignore him too. But Usyk, I guess maybe he wants to. Usyk seemed like the type that would just fight him because he fought him before. But those three gentlemen, they can't risk it. Like going up against Joyce right now. It's like all of that work and you get beat up by this guy, it's all gone. You know what I'm saying? And the type of punishment you take, this is lasting punishment. AJ already, on a thread right now in boxing, bro. It seems like if AJ gets slapped the wrong way, my man's done with boxing. You know what I mean? At least allow Wilder to do it. Don't let Joyce do it. Allow Wilder to do it. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? Hey, yo, listen. Let's say AJ wins. It's cool. At least I get to see AJ and Wilder bang. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just have that fight, bro. That's all I'm saying. That's
just
why
for clarification purposes,
is excellent.
I'm sorry, everyone. G's out here right now. So, who are you rooting for? Not who are you picking. Who are you rooting for? Jermaine Franklin or Anthony Joshua?
I'm sorry, I'm picking Franklin. Oh, I'm rooting for Franklin, but hold on, time out. Y'all know how I am. I always pick the American over whatever. You know what I'm saying? I can't help it. It just is what it is. You know what I mean? But hey, if Franklin loses, it is what it is. He's supposed to lose. That's why they picked him. They're picking this guy to lose. But me, I'm rooting for the underdog because you got to always support your hometown, man. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, and one thing I'll say this: when Mexico does it, y'all don't say nothing. When Russia does it, y'all don't say nothing. Ukraine does it, y'all don't say nothing. Poland does it. All these countries do it. Y'all don't say nothing. So I have a right to pick the American over anyone else. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Win, lose, draw, it's whatever. I'm picking the American. We're going to figure it out. Unless he actually trash, then I might have to say, we might have to revoke your citizenship. But other than that, man, salute to Franklin. I'm rooting for you, bruh. And even if you lose, it don't matter. You won anyways because I know you got the bag.
Are you done, G?
I think so.
All right, True Dollar Bill.
Yo, I don't know what's so funny. I'm dead serious.
G, you the man, G. Oh man. Yo. I'm glad that was a lot. Yo, congratulations to Deontay Wilder for finally, contract being up and him finally being able to take control of his career. Now maybe he can, go over there into different places and make some money. Don't have to worry about getting it handed to him. You know what I'm saying? Like G was saying, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and I think it's pretty cool that he didn't badmouth Al and PBC, and I think he wouldn't do that because they made him into this star, and it shouldn't be no bad blood. Maybe on the you still owe him some bread, but they might end up working together. So it's like when you're leaving a job and you go into another job, you leave your 2 weeks. Because you want to leave on good terms in case you might have to come back. You don't want it to be awkward. But I see that he's going out. I see that he's going out and he's going to be able to make fights that doesn't have no stipulate like, oh, this across the street talk. which I think is cool. So I seen in the past where we talked about situations where he passed up big money, and that was maybe because of his loyalty to where he was signed to. So maybe he'll have another chance to right those wrongs, and since he's now a free agent and be able to do his thing, and I think that's cool. But yeah, that's all I have to say about Deontay Wilder with the reports that he's a free agent. I think that's pretty cool, and I think that's shows a lot of respect between the two. And hey, kudos to that young man.
All right, TBE.
Nah, Deontay Wilder becoming a free agent, that's pretty dope. I want to say, Wilder, you're not the youngest star in the sport anymore, and I would tell you, make your next moves your best moves. You want to be compensated well before you retire, and give us the big fights we want. I know I want to see you fight AJ. I want to see you fight Usyk. I want to see you fight the top dogs in here because you one of the top dogs in the division. So I want to see you go back. And if you have to fight Fury a fourth time, that's out there undisputed. I say go fight Fury a fourth time. Give it one last shot. See if you go out, make your career, go out with a bang for your career. Give it one last shot. See if you get those belts, or go after Usyk. See if you get those belts. Just set yourself up to be that next guy in position. Don't just be out here fighting tuna cans and wasting away your days when you could give us all excitement. So yeah, give us excitement, Wilder.
Gee, man, you said a lot that's funny to me. But first, I'll say this. There's nothing wrong with it. Being a free agent, that's what you hope for. That's like you putting in your time, and then now you get to be your own boss. That's a great thing. That's what we've seen Floyd Mayweather do. We've seen Miguel Cotto do it. We've seen Manny Pacquiao do it. Terrence Crawford's a free agent right now. He's trying to find his way. Canelo. And that's who I was getting to last. My man Canelo. We're happy. We were happy for Canelo when he broke free from Golden Boy. It ended ugly. They had to go to court and all types of things, but he ended up getting his freedom, and he works with Eddie Hearn now. Didn't leave the zone. He was always with the zone. So it just was he's working with someone different. If you're Deontay Wilder and you're a free agent, it does open the door for you to make certain fights. Because if he did want to fight Joe Joyce, although G may think it's a bad idea, he can work with Frank Warren. And he couldn't get that done with Al Heyman before. We saw, which he owes Lou DiBella an apology now, we saw Lou DiBella try to put him in a room with PBC and get him the bag, and then he canned Lou DiBella. Now, years later, he's probably realizing, like, yo, my life would have been better off if I had that money. See, hindsight's always 20/20. So now that you're in the moment, you can look back and be like, yo, Lou was looking out for me. Okay, they stopped me from getting that bag fighting AJ, right? And in turn, I end up losing twice to Fury anyway for less money. And he even sent that tweet, I got to offer with Fury. He said, I got to offer to fight AJ for more money. So I say all that to say, like, this is a great thing to put yourself in position where you can be your own boss. That means, Deontay, when you outlive a contract, it means you lasted longer. In boxing, that means you lasted longer than they thought you would. They want to take up your prime years. So they sign you to your prime years. Unless you signing someone to a lifetime deal like some I heard AJ signed, and even then, that's ridiculous to me. But AJ get his fair share. So, but the bottom line is, he can do whatever he wants now. He can make the fights he wants to. It doesn't mean he has to stop working with Al the same way that Canelo works with Hearn. They work together on a fight-by-fight basis. This fight, can you get me this fight, Eddie? Eddie be like, oh, yeah, Canelo, I can get it for you. Okay, cool. I still work with you then. Eddie, can you give me this fight? Oh, yeah, Canelo, I can get it for you. Okay, I'll still work with you then. The moment Eddie say he can't get Canelo a fight, Canelo's going to be like, okay, later, let me see. Al, can you get me this fight? Just like Manny went. So that's what Deontay is now. He still can work with PBC. Say, Al, I like you. You got me where I needed to be. You made me millions. But now I'm the shot caller. I tell you who I want to fight, and I just want to know, can you get me that fight? Yes or no? And if you can't, then I'm going to find who can. Plain and simple. So people was talking about, oh, he's going to end up signing with Eddie Hearn or whatever. If he signed a 1-fight deal with Eddie Hearn to fight AJ, that's what we've been wanting. So what's the problem with that? What's the problem with that? You know, like the whole point in growing up and learning in the business is to put yourself in a better position than you were before. I broke this down to you before. If you started off as an associate, you want to move up. You want to move up and go to the ranks to become a chief eventually, right? Or so you don't want to stay in the same spot. So this is a great thing for Deontay Wilder. Hopefully this means that we're going to get the fights we want to see with Deontay Wilder. He said he's still going to fight Andy Ruiz. We'll see about that. But everything else is just speculation. But the fact that he's a free agent and he can make these fights, let's make the fight happen. And one quick response to G real quick. He's in the driver's seat. If he beats Andy Ruiz, he's just going to do something Anthony Joshua already did. And if he knocks out Andy Ruiz, people are going to be like, cool, we saw Chris Arreola drop Andy Ruiz, and we saw you think Luis Ortiz beat Andy Ruiz, although I think Andy Ruiz. So how great would a victory over Andy Ruiz right now be? Meanwhile, if Anthony Joshua knocks out Jermaine Franklin, who just gave Dillian White all he can handle, that actually reinvigorates Anthony Joshua. That revives Anthony Joshua's career. Hold on a second, G. Let's just remember this. A lot has to do with the outcome of Undisputed. If Usyk wins Undisputed, people are going to want to see Usyk fight Deontay Wilder because they already seen him fight Anthony Joshua twice. If Fury wins, people are going to want to see him fight Anthony Joshua because they already saw Deontay Wilder fight Fury 3 times. So a lot of who's in the driver's seat is going to have to do with who wins Undisputed, because that's where the options come in. They always have the option of fighting each other. But if you want to talk about who's going to gain the leverage, Deontay Wilder needs to be rooting for Usyk, and Anthony Joshua needs to be rooting for Tyson Fury, because that's the only way their value is going to go up. That's the way I see it.
All right. Can I just say this one thing? I kind of see the logic what you're saying. However, I feel like what Wilder has with AJ is years of bad blood. So all Wilder has to do is just get past Ruiz, and people going to be like, yo, AJ, get past Franklin. AJ, this is the perfect opportunity for you to just fight Wilder. Wilder has nobody right now. You have nobody right now. Let's just make it happen. Because Fury and Usyk right now negotiating or whatever. And if Fury and Usyk doesn't work out, Usyk has to fight his mandatories. You know, I don't know what Fury going to do. You know what I mean? But people want to see these two guys fight. It's the perfect time right now. That's my argument really was. It wasn't like, you know, Wilder now is the A side. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying the audience, the box community is kind of going to force AJ and Eddie Hearn's hand. Like, yo, bro. And not to mention, they raising prices on people. So people want to see the fights they want to see, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, son.
I'm not saying it's always a big fight. Wilder, Joshua's
going to got that topic, right? Man, they're going to send me an email the other day talking about they raising my price again on the zone. I better see Wilder versus AJ, bro. It's only right.
It's gonna be they raising your price on the zone, but you're still gonna have to pay for the zone pay-per-view.
I know. That's what
I'm saying. So
I try to tell you, I don't know why you shocked about this. Let's get back to this though, G, real quick. Wilder, Josh was always going to be a big fight, but when you said that, then if Wilder beats Andy Ruiz, he's going to be in a position to make demands that AJ has to acquiesce to. What I'm saying to you is that's not necessarily true, because if AJ beats Franklin, to me, AJ's still in line as long as Fury wins. And for Wilder, he's going to have more of leverage if Usyk wins, because that's what people are going to want to see. No one's really intrigued to see Usyk Joshua 3. No one wants to see Fury Wilder 4. So it really depends on the outcome of that fight. Who's going to have leverage to say, all right, fight me, or I'm going to go another route.
But what if, hypothetically speaking, what if Tyson Fury goes, you know what, AJ, fight Wilder, beat Wilder, then I'll fight you? Which Tyson Fury might be that type of dude that'll just do that. You know what I mean?
I'm sure Tyson Fury will want to get the money to beat AJ before Wilder. But
Now you right. It don't matter, man. I'm paying all of this to the zone. I better see Wilder versus AJ, man. It's only right.
Let us know how you feel in the comment section. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming
She is holding on, and he's holding strong.
services. It's the Boxing Bros.